Hello, my loves, and welcome, Cancer, as well as Cancer placement people. I'm so excited to get into this Capricorn reading for y'all, this Capricorn season reading for you. This reading is going to be from the time between December 21st, 22nd to January 21st, 22nd. That's when Capricorn season is going on. And I would love to just dive right in because I feel like there's a lot of energy here. So let me introduce you to our cards. This is going to be a different reading than it was last month. We're not doing a start, stop, continue this time. I just did a couple of cards to pull, and I wanted to include some somatic practices as well as a journaling prompt or two actually came through, and some affirmations for you. So our somatic practices are coming from the Hack Your Nervous System deck. Gorgeous, gorgeous cards, gorgeous practices. We've got the Super Attractor deck, which is where our affirmations are coming from. We've got the Soul Truth Self-Awareness deck, where our journaling / meditation prompts are coming from, whichever feels good for you. We've got the Voyager Tarot, which is where the majority of our card reading is coming from today. And we have just one card from the Threads of Fate Oracle deck. All right, y'all. So let us get started, because I'm so excited to see what we've got. Ooh, okay, we've got some Worlds cards here. Worlds in Voyager Tarot is aligned to pentacles or coins in classic traditional tarot. So when I say worlds, just know that that's what that means. And if you don't know what any of that means, worlds / pentacles / coins, if you can maybe guess from world and coin put together, is all the energy that is outside of you that still influences you, and vice versa. So it's money, it's relationships, it's careers, it's your home, your actual physical environment. So worlds is all encompassing as far as like the material components of your world. And we actually have, it's so funny how we have these two worlds cards here. We have the Ace of Worlds, the success card, as well as the Four of Worlds, the commencement card. And we also, from the Threads of Fate Oracle deck, we have Underworld, which I love. The gorgeous, gorgeous card. So we have Underworld with Ace of Worlds. Now, we have a card that spells success next to a card that is evocative of almost enslavement. And I say that because, while it says underworld, and that can be interpreted in many ways, I'm looking at the visual representations on here of the barbed wire around the wrists, sort of like the wrists being cuffed and held together. I get the sense for my Cancer people that during Capricorn season, it is going to be so tough for you to assess where you feel most comfortable and safe, because y'all are such servants. Like, y'all just care so much about other people and care about making other people feel good. So it's hard for you to leave places when you know it's not right for you. And I'm getting that from like the ram running away here. It's hard for you to really take action and use some of that, what some people would call masculine energy, or that yang, active energy, and direct it toward yourself, like direct it from yourself in the direction that would take you up, and away from whatever it is that feels like it's holding you, it's binding you. I'm really getting this sense. I mean, I know that this is going to be, that this reading is coming out right before, for many of us, the holidays, or many Christians especially, the holidays. But if you're watching this, you are likely not a practicing Christian, but might have family that still celebrates Christmas, or maybe even celebrates Hanukkah. And the tradition of coming together as a family, traditions can also sometimes feel very binding and feel like a contract that you didn't sign and that you didn't write, even have any authorship over. And so it can be hard for you to imagine what else a tradition would look like, and what else bringing people together in relationship with each other would look like. The Ace of Worlds, Ace is the very beginning of a journey, and the very beginning of like a new chapter or a new phase of the adventure. And Ace is the place where you're imagining all possibilities. But like, because it's with the underworld card, I'm really getting the sense that you don't really believe that you have that many options, or that you could sort of manage to make the time spent in relationship with the people you do really want to see and connect with, that you could make that your own. So what that leads into is the 4 energy. My mnemonic for 4 for this tarot deck is war. And as you can see, it's got some oranges there. It's got some explosions happening. It's got, the deer leaping, and it's got the ram running away. I mean, it's just like, there's a forest fire, and everybody, all of the animals smell it or sense it and are running towards safety. I get the sense that you would like to run towards safety, and you would like to get, like I said earlier, up, up, and away. I'm getting like the hot air balloon on this other card that we have here, the Chariot. And I'm seeing the hot air balloon up in that corner there. I would love to see y'all feel like you have the autonomy and even the sort of creative capacity to open other people's minds toward the new traditions and the new worlds that you would like to create. And instead, hey, wow, this is I wonder if this is, I'm seeing a crab here, right where my finger is here. I'm seeing a crab here, and I'm trying to remember which number y'all are on the order. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, y'all are the 4. Because I was like, oh, this might be connected with Cancer. But I'm seeing the crab here, and I'm like, either y'all are going to bury yourselves underground and sort of like wait until the tide passes and the sort of overwhelm of other people's emotions, because I think that's like what's so hard for you to brace for. Like, you're bracing for impact with all of these emotions and all of these emotions that haven't been managed and that haven't been tended to. And you tend to be like a sponge. You tend to be very emotionally spongy. And not only that, but you're like the person that other people come to like, kind of dump out all of the stuff that they have been holding back on, and all of the emotional muck and gunk that they have been kind of keeping as a dam so that all of that emotional energy is held back. And then when you're around, it just bursts in your fucking face. And so not only is it hard for you to imagine like being around that many other people, like all the planets that are represented here, you can't imagine yourself being around all that amount of other people during these holiday gatherings and during even like the start of the new year. Like there might be um like business parties and like company parties either happening now or coming up, planned for the new year, that you're like, I just can't, because I never seem to have any fun. I never seem to be the one who gets to enjoy themselves. I'm always the one who's managing how other people are feeling or managing other people's, deal. And so for you, it's like hard to imagine yourself staying in that situation. And it's hard to express your creativity and your other ideas to other people. They can't seem to follow you down that rabbit hole or hear you when it comes to like, this doesn't feel good for me. I feel like I'm, constantly fighting the desire to leave and abandon all of you, but I just can't because that's not the kind of person I am. But I don't want to abandon you. I would rather find another way for us to do this so that I'm not the one who's like the people manager and the emotional manager. So I think this is about awareness right now and just making sure that you are aware that this is an energy that's like a little too late for you to consider trying to change too much right now. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't cancel on people if you want to cancel. If you really want to cancel and you really don't want to go, then don't fucking go. If you are a part of like the party planning committee, then back the fuck off. Back off, de-escalate how much you are committing to, and release some of that pressure. Even if there are things that people expect you to show up for, it's time for you to say, I'm not going to do that this year, or I'm not doing that this time, or I'm going to cut the cords that are keeping me feeling like I'm tied to this obligation. Because nobody wants you to show up out of obligation. Your guides don't want you to. The people who really care about you as much as you care about them don't want you to just show up out of obligation or just do things out of obligation. They don't want that. I feel like this is a good time to get into our journaling prompts because, like I said, this isn't necessarily the best time frame for you to take your ideas for how the new traditions you want to create and do them this year. You might be able to do that with like a small group of people and only a few select people and start your own tradition so that you can replace some of that like giving energy with the receiving of these people who are actually on your side and actually care about how you're doing just as much as you're willing to listen to and hold them in the spaces of how they're doing. So maybe create your own like small gathering so that you can have that, like take the things that you want to create and do create them. But also that means like we're uno reversing on some of the things that you've already said yes to. You can absolutely uncommit yourself. And that way you don't have to show up exhausted and for this time to be draining for you when in reality you deserve so much better. You deserve for this to fill your cup just as much as it fills other people's cups. You do. I promise you. You deserve it. So, uh, we've got two soul truth cards here. And the first one is, am I clear on what my soul really wants? Am I clear on what my soul really wants? Ask yourself, what is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. Just the one. Remove the shoulds. Remove all of the things that you think you should be doing. Quit shoulding yourself, okay? Don't should the bed, okay? Don't should your pants, okay? Don't should yourself out of doing the things that you want to do and into the things that you feel obligated to do. And that just goes to, am I apologizing for my truth? Do you feel apologetic about wanting to quit something that you never wanted to do in the first place, or that you knew this is not a tradition where I have felt safe and wanted and celebrated? If you know you have not felt safe, wanted, celebrated in the spaces where you have committed yourself, uncommit yourself. And don't apologize for your truth. No is a full sentence. I don't want to is a perfect reason for you to not do something. I don't want to. Because I can guarantee you, while it may be hard for you to trust that, and it may be hard for you to say, I don't want to, and then leave somebody else hanging for why, while that may be difficult, trust that your I just don't want to is your intuition, your gut, telling you something that you don't know, protecting you from committing yourself to entering into a contract that you did not author and a space that you did not cultivate and design, so that you can be privy to and a part of all these other people's goings on. Unassign yourself from that role, please. Ooh, and this is a good one for speaking our truth. So the somatic practice that we have from the Hack Your Nervous System deck is drop the tongue. And I'm going to be reading this to you, but I'm going to give you a close-up so you can take a screenshot and come back to this practice again later. If you have a minute or two now, please take some time as I'm reading it to you to just practice this thing, especially drop the tongue. This is a very easy one. Release your tongue to the bottom of your mouth. Soften it all the way to the back. Take 3 breaths. Inhale. And each time you exhale, relax it even more. Relax your tongue, relax your jaw, relax your lips. Inhale again. This practice automatically signals to the nervous system, exhale, drop the tongue, that it can initiate the relaxation response in the body. Take one more inhale. Drop the tongue and exhale. Relax again, relax again, relax again, release, release, release. Be sure to practice that right before you get on the phone with somebody, right before you text somebody that you are canceling on them, right before you say no and you provide no reason, no excuse, no nothing. Just, I ain't doing that anymore. Here are some affirmations that I hope can help you get through this time as well. The first is, I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. And this harkens to the Chariot card. You might just be going at a pace that you're used to from previous years, but that doesn't mean that that's how fast you should be going, so that you can respond safely and effectively and calmly to what's going on in your world and in your environment. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. That's the I smell smoke. There's a forest fire happening. I need to run energy. Slow down so you can listen and respond. The next affirmation is I am kind and loving toward others while creating clear boundaries that protect my good feeling emotions. That's a very good one for you. I love that for you. Oh my gosh. Only halfway reading through the card, I'm like, it says clear boundaries. Of course it does. Oh, I love that for us. Hmm. Cancer placement people, you need to remember that clear boundaries are things that are born of love too, just as much as listening to other people and being there for them. You being there for yourself by holding these boundaries and by setting them with others and making sure that you speak up, that you drop the tongue and then speak up when you need to set these boundaries. That is love. And that is also how you unshackle yourself and you create new possibilities for your relationships. If you would like a private reading, there's a link in the caption below. But I am going to be doing these horoscope readings every month, so I hope that you subscribe and that you let me know how this reading was, if any part of this resonated with you. I love you so much. You're deserving of all the love you desire. And I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day and your Capricorn season. You've got this. I believe in you. Mwah.